It's 11 o'clock here on your Friday morning. Happy Friday. This time we talk to the movie guy, Matt Evans, who joins us at 11 o'clock on Friday mornings to get you up to date on entertainment news and talk about some of the new movies opening at a theater near you. So, hello, Matt.
Hello, good morning.
How are you today?
I am doing great. It's Black Panther Day. How could I be doing anything other than great?
I'm sure that it was like Christmas morning when you woke up in your pajamas. You probably ran down the stairs and had your breakfast and was ready to go.
Right, this is the best part about being in the movie entertainment news is that I get Christmas 12 times a year.
That's true. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that, I'm sure. I'm going to beat you to the punch today, though. We've been talking a little bit about the fact that there's a new Mario Brothers movie in the works, and I know that you're Mr. Mario. You're such a big Mario fan. This just came to my attention the other day that this year, actually June 1st, will mark the 35th anniversary of Nintendo launching the very first Mario Brothers game. So how does that make you feel? Make you feel a little bit old, 35 years?
It does make me feel a little bit old, but about a week and a half later, I, in fact, turned 35 years old. So me and Mario have a lot in common.
Birthed in the same year. So since we're coming up here on the 35th anniversary of Mario Brothers, what is your favorite Mario game? There's a ton of them. So which one's your go-to?
That is a super easy question for me. Super Mario Brothers 3 from the classic Nintendo is hands down my favorite game by a long shot. And then, of course, Super Mario World, where they introduced Yoshi for the Super Nintendo, is right up on that list. But Mario 3, just a little flashback here. Mario 3 came out on I have two brothers that have birthdays in March. Mm-hmm. And so they got Mario 3 for their birthday, and my birthday's not till June. So when they got Mario 3 for their birthday, I kicked them off the TV and played it for about 8 hours straight.
Great minds think alike, Matt, because that's my answer too. Mario 3 is probably my favorite, and probably mostly because that's the only one that I can finish all the way to the end, and probably still can today.
I absolutely still can finish it. I haven't played in quite a while, but I used to do speed runs of the Mario 1 and Mario 3, so I got pretty good at running through them. It's pretty much my dating litmus test, too. So, if I meet a girl, we sit down and play Mario 3, and if she can keep up, I know she's a keeper.
So what's new this week besides some movies that are opening this weekend? What movie news you got?
Let's see. We can, got to start with the elephant in the room. Black Panther opened last night. It stars Chadwick Boseman, Danny Guerrero, Lupita Nyong'o, and Michael B. Jordan. It opened to over $24 million. Some estimates have it over $25 million, making it the second highest opening for any movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the largest single-day opening for a February movie of all time.
Wow.
So that's pretty good praise for the movie. It's also the highest opening for a black director of any movie in any genre, so that's definitely a positive step forward. It's sitting at nearly 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think there's one negative review right now, and even that negative review wasn't really a negative review. It just had kind of little gripes about the movie. But yeah, it looks like to be a huge movie and perhaps one of the best ones yet. All the reviews coming in, early reviews as well as people that saw it last night, are saying that it is leaps and bounds above all the other Marvel movies, and that is a really high bar.
And for people that fans of the Marvel movies, the whole cinematic universe, this picks up where another film left off, and I guess will kind of lead towards Infinity Wars, which will be out later this year.
Yeah, they're saying that this one picks up almost immediately after Civil War. I get it's a couple years old now, so maybe you don't have to give the spoiler warning. But if you remember, Civil War ended with them in the country of Wakanda with Winter Soldier Bucky Barnes being placed into deep freeze, and this pretty much picks up immediately after that. So it kind of does give us the first glimpse into the lead-in for Infinity Wars. And if you've been following the big Marvel story, it's all about Thanos, the big bad guy, getting the Infinity Stones or the Infinity Gems and stuff like that. And we haven't seen all of them. We're still missing one on screen. Mm-hmm. But the trailer for Infinity Wars have shown that there's going to be scenes in that movie in Wakanda as well. So keep an eye out for the stuff in this movie that ties it into the other. This is the last one before the Infinity Wars, the third Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be the one that's going to have all the little tie-ins that are leading directly into the next one.
Well, Black Panther is the big release this week, so what else is making news?
Incredibles 2. We talk a lot about superhero movies. We don't talk so much about the Disney superhero movies, but they just released the first full trailer for Incredibles 2. Let's see, if you watch the trailer, it kind of puts Elastigirl, the female lead, as the main character in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Pixar and Disney are just great. They don't know how to make a bad movie. And I know for a fact that this is one movie that fans have been clamoring for since they left the theater after the first one. So this is exciting. And this comes out this June, too, so just a couple months away, right in the middle of the blockbuster season.
Cool. Well, in addition to Black Panther being out this week, there is an animated film that's out. It's Early Man is the
Early Man,
name of it.
from the people behind Wallace and Gromit and
Right.
Chicken Run, which are Chicken Run is a hilarious movie, and of course most people are familiar with the Wallace and Gromit shorts and their full-length movies. But yeah, no, that looks like another great family film. Peter Rabbit is also still playing, so I mean, if the older kids want to go see Black Panther, there's definitely stuff for the younger kids out there to watch too, which is really great.
Right, and then we've still got movies like The Post and other I, Tonya, some award winning and nominated films that are out there too. So it's a pretty good variety at the theater right now.
Yeah, lots of stuff out there. I mean, Winchester is still playing. That just came out last week. 50 Shades Freed is still out. Yeah, lots of really great stuff out right now. Lots of stuff great coming out. Another trailer was released this week. Do you see the trailer for Pacific Rim Uprising?
I did not.
That looks like another great one. And sequels are kind of a touchy subject because sometimes they're terrible, and sometimes they barely hold the standard for the franchise. But this one looks great. It's got stars John Boyega as let's see, I think he plays the son of Idris Elba's character from the original. And it bigger, badder, flashier, more action. It looks like the perfect sequel to Pacific Rim.
Awesome. Robots are always awesome.
Right. It's probably going to be the first big blockbuster of the year that doesn't start with a Lucas or Marvel logo.
That's true. We're talking to our movie guy, Matt Evans, here this morning. Matt, what else has caught your attention this week?
Let's see, couple things still. It's been reported that George Lucas has been involved with Star Wars again, so take that as either good news or bad news. I think there's no middle ground on that spectrum. But reports are that he helped direct a film, or at least one scene in the upcoming Solo movie.
Interesting.
Right, so if you're watching the movie and you see Jar Jar Binks in the background, that's probably the one.
Whichever scene that was, he's going to get ripped by all of the George Lucas haters. So that's going to be the scene that ruins the movie, right?
Right. You know what's really weird to me? Like, I understand if you don't appreciate George Lucas's vision, but a lot of people don't understand that it is, in fact, George Lucas's vision. I can't imagine people ripping into Pablo Picasso because he painted something that didn't live up to their standard.
Right. I saw this week that Jon Favreau has a role in the Han Solo movie, at least a voiceover role. Yeah,
I was reading that as well, and of course they did confirm that Clint Howard also has a cameo, which, I mean, you can't have a Ron Howard movie without having Clint Howard in it somewhere,
Sure.
So that one really excites me. I'm a big Clint Howard fan. I just find him, he's just amazing in pretty much everything, and he doesn't get enough credit for what he does. He's definitely a bit actor and a character actor, but he definitely doesn't get enough credit for his importance in the movie world.
Exactly. Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell get top billing in Tango and Cash, but Clint Howard was really the star of that movie. We all know that.
Right. And then if you look at movies like going back to like the Austin Powers films, where he played the guy in the control room during the rocket launches. It's a little bit risque, so I'm not going to go into details. But if you remember that scene, he pretty much stole the show. That's what most people remember about that movie is those little scenes where he's talking about the rocket launches.
And he already kind of looks like an alien anyway, so he fits right in.
Right, no makeup required. So it's good because they already went over budget by quite a bit.
So that's down the road in just a couple of months on Memorial Day weekend. What else is going on?
Well, not exactly movie news, but we were talking about this a little earlier. Fangoria is coming back for all you gore and horror movie fans. If you're not familiar, Fangoria has been a long-running horror magazine since, I want to say 77 is when it first came out, but last year they closed down. Print media is having a hard time lately, so it wasn't really surprising that they closed down. It is surprising that they're coming back. A Texas-based entertainment company, Cinestate, decided that they wanted to pick up Fangoria, so they bought it and its entire back catalog. A longtime birth movie death editor, Phil Noble Jr., is taking the reins with the intention to not only produce the print magazine, but as well as movies, books, and podcasts, all under the Fangoria imprint, and it's supposed to come back this fall, right in time for Halloween. So perfect timing for that.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And for anybody out there who read Fango magazine whenever they were kids, and your mom didn't throw them all away, you might want to look for those. Maybe if they're stashed in an attic or a basement somewhere, because those back issues, original issues, they fetch a pretty good price on eBay and such these days.
Yeah, I mean they're a great collector's item, incredibly valuable, and on top of that, they're just a great thing. There's not a lot of horror movie stuff, and when Fangoria came out, it was really the only source of information. If that was your genre, if that was your favorite kind of movie, it was the only source of information. Back before the internet and the web, and you can Google any kind of spoiler, you had to get your horror movie news from that magazine. And if you look at a lot of the horror directors today, a lot of the people that are out making movies today, a lot of them will credit Fangoria as the reason behind their love for the genre. So it's definitely an important magazine in movies and in the horror genre specifically, and it's really great that it's coming back.
Yeah. Matt, we're about to run out of time. Anything else before we have to go?
Not a whole lot. Again, like we talked about, the movies out today. Black Panther and Early Man come out today. Peter Rabbit still out. 50 Shades Freed still out. Winchester. 1517 to Paris. I can't stop talking about how great that movie is. Go check it out. It's a real-life story with real-life heroes playing the part. So yeah, just lots of great movies in the theater this weekend. The weather's supposed to be a little cold for the next couple of days before it gets nice again, so perfect time to go sit in the theater and watch a flick.
Fantastic. How's the stand-up comedy thing going? Are we going to be seeing your name on the marquee anytime soon?
I'm working on a new show, kind of tweaking the last one that I did, and I will be having a couple announcements coming in the next month. Got a podcast in the works and a few other things. So lots of stuff on the docket for me, and as more of that comes closer, I'll keep you guys posted, of course.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. Matt Evans, our movie guy, joining us here on a Friday morning. Thanks, and Matt, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Yeah, you have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.